Hi, my name's Belinda. Welcome to my channel. I'm 43 and I love everything about beauty, hair products, makeup, skincare, everything. So I wanted to share with you and give some reviews on some products that I've been trying and share a few tips and ideas that I've come across. Absolutely no expert at any of this, and I have to apologise for the quality of the film. It's just done on an iPad, so the colour isn't always great and the sound's not. So if you like anything beauty, keep watching. Thanks then. So my channel's been going for a little while now, and originally I started it doing foundation reviews. I just wanted to talk a little bit about those because I've had quite a few friends at work and different people contact me talking about asking me for a bit of advice on foundation, which I am absolutely no expert or makeup artist, but I think during this process I have learned quite a bit about it actually. So what a lot of people don't realise is you can go in a shop and get samples of foundation. A lot of people have sort of said to me, oh, well, I keep buying this, keep buying that, spending all this money. Not realising that a lot of the shops will help you out. Not so much the cheaper brands, but the bigger brands in places like Debenhams, John Lewis, Boots, etc. If you go in and go to the counter and explain to them what you're looking for, what you want it to do, what sort of skin type you've got, they'll see what sort of colour skin you've got at the time, what sort of coverage you want. So my sort of remit that I went in with was I wanted something quite natural looking. I do wear makeup every day, but not a huge amount of face makeup, which you would call foundation. So I wanted something quite light, light coverage, natural looking. I quite like a dewy finish rather than matte. Some people prefer matte and a lot heavier. So I went to loads and loads of different counters. I've spent a heck of a long time doing all this just to find the right one. So I'm going to go through a few of the samples that I'm not going to talk about the actual foundation names or what it is, but just to give you an idea where I've got samples from. So, you know, I've started off number 7. I didn't think they even did them. I knew they did foundations, but I didn't think they'd give you a sample. And they gave me 2 great big pots full. Colour matched me, sent me on my merry way. I've had NARS, MAC, and some of them will give you a decent sized sample as well, which I reckon you get nearly 2 weeks wear out of. But some hardly give you any. And some counters actually, specifically Chanel, they're not very forthcoming. I don't know why, probably because this stuff's really expensive. But you only get, theirs come in like a sachet and they won't give you more than one at a time. And some of them actually, in London I went into one in, what do you call it, St Pancras, and I've been in twice, and they always say, we've run out, or we don't do samples. Actually, yes, you do samples, because I've got them from other stores, but either you're being a stingy, you're not giving me them, or just wasting my time. So Charlotte Tilbury, got quite a few of theirs. They're very good. Charlotte Tilbury are actually excellent when you go to their counters. They will give you, they'll do your makeup if you. They have all these sort of pictures with different looks on for eyeshadow. I went with one of my friends and they recreated it for her. I mean, she did end up buying some products actually. And I did actually a bit further along the line, so it was well worth them doing it. But Charlotte Tilbury will try stuff on you, and if they've got samples they will give it to you, and their makeup's very popular at the moment, so they're definitely worth a go. So there's a couple of brands that I wasn't really familiar with. Hourglass, they gave me some samples to try. Tom Ford I knew did perfumes and aftershaves, but I didn't realise they did makeup, and they were excellent. Sat me down, give me a full old go over. In fact, she did quite a lot on my face, obviously on my face, and I ended up getting a couple of samples from them, and theirs are glass. But this stuff, I think it was about 65 quid for a foundation. And I have to say, it's not been my favourite. So price isn't always the way to go. Laura Mercier, not heard of that one before. We've got some Clarins, Estee Lauder, Dior, there's a little groovy one. Perricone MD, which my friend Leanne got me onto. Now, that's quite hard to get hold of, but that is a really, really nice product. This is a couple of she actually gave me some to try. This is more like full-size stuff. And they do a serum and a foundation. And if you go on their website, and I think I had to email them, but they only do 5 shades of foundation, and they'll send you out a sample of each. It's only a little bit in a sort of a sachet, but I thought that was really quite a nice way of doing it. Who else have we got? A few more that you might recognise. Clarins, Bobbi Brown, Clinique. See my load of goodies. Urban Decay. Stiller. Never even heard of that before. NARS, I think I've already said. Another thing you will find when you go back to different counters, some of them colour match you slightly different. So the favourite that I'm going to come on to, which is the YSL Touche Éclat foundation that they do. I think it's called something like Beige Taunt or something. They've colour matched me in a few different shades, and I also went in and said, since, not with this red neck, but I've got a bit of a suntan and been re-colour matched. So I've now got loads to try, and I've got this. They've colour matched me with one called BD, which I think is Beige Dior or something like that. So I've got a 20, 25, 30, 45, or 40, 45 and 50. So I've got all those different shades now. I also got some of their lovely primer, and I have actually bought a couple of bottles of this since, because I do love it. But I've now got enough foundation to keep me going. In fact, I've got quite a few more, because I've been a lot. Look at all those! So I won't need to buy any foundation for quite some time. But actually saying that, I have to just come on to this. I've done a review on this, so there is another video. £1.99 from Home Bargains. Obviously the cheaper ones you don't get the samples of, but for £1.99 I thought I'd buy this. And it's a BB cream. BB cream, CC creams are pretty good as well if you want a lighter coverage. I have to say, for day-to-day wear, like, you know, work and everything, this is excellent. It's not as dewy as I'd like, but for £1.99 it's absolutely perfect for work. So that's my sort of everyday, and then these little bad boys will be for weekends when I'm going out. I try not to use too much makeup. I've not got any foundation on today. I try to give my face a bit of a rest at the weekends. So that's my nighttime one. I think that comes in, if I did buy some, when I need to buy some, if I ever will. I think that's about £28. But I have to say, I know I've got all of these and it looks like I'm being a right old cheapskate, but whilst trying all these these foundations, I have tried some other products, and I have ended up buying a few from YSL. I've bought, like I say, the primer, bought one of their eyebrow pencils, bought something else as well, can't remember what it was. So I know I've got all these freebies, but I have actually spent money with them as well. So I hope you've enjoyed that. That's just to give you a little idea that, you know, get yourself down to your local high street, pop into Boots, Debenhams, John Lewis, speak to the people on the counters. Majority, I'd say probably 95%, have been absolutely excellent and given me samples, or, you know, sometimes they don't have enough to give you, you know, and they'll squeeze them out. Like Urban Decay here, she hardly had any, and she squeezed out as much as she could to give me. They want you to buy their products, so they have a certain amount that they're going to give out as samples. Another little tip I would say is take your own tubs if you dare. There's a couple of occasions when I've gone, and especially when it's busy, say on a Saturday, and they'll say, sorry, we've run out of the containers or the little tubs that you put them in. And I've just whipped one out of my bag. I know that sounds really cheeky, and I sort of say, I know this is a bit cheeky, but I actually have, what was that? Big hair flying from somewhere. Yeah, I just say, I have actually got one that I've brought with me, and they sort of look at you a bit gone out, but fill them up. Oh, just one more that I did forget to tell you about, Clinique. They are excellent at giving out samples. I shouldn't say ladies, the people on their counters are absolutely fantastic, really, really helpful. And I think Clinique sort of go by the ethos that they will give a sample of foundation to every customer that goes to see them. So if you go around loads of the stores, you'll get loads of samples, but they give you a decent amount. They always have plenty of the pots. And like I say, they will colour match you, try you on their different foundations or products and let you have one. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope it's sort of encouraged you maybe go down to your high street to try and get some samples for yourself. Foundations can be very expensive, so it's worth trying some. Some of them are really worth the money, some aren't. And I think it's such a good idea just to go down and sort of say what you want from a product. Get a sample and give it a go. So if you do, let me know below. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you'd like to subscribe to the channel, and I will hopefully see you again soon on another video. Thanks for watching. Bye.